Welcome to Tuesday Tips on the Kaisercraft blog. My name's Colette. Today I want to tell you a little bit about the Kaisercraft paper trimmer, and later I want to show you how to make a really cool swing card with some precision cutting and scoring on these trimmers. Now, some of the things I really like about this particular paper trimmer is that you have both centimeters and inches, and they are really clearly marked. You also have a right hand extension that will cut up to 1.25 inches. This is really useful for those smaller cuts because in traditional trimmers you'll have to fiddle around and try and line up underneath the ruler. You don't need to do that with the Kaisercraft trimmer. Another great thing or feature is that it has an extension ruler that goes all the way up to 16 inches. So that's great for those larger creative projects that you might be doing. Now, the Kaisercraft trimmer works on blades in these housings, and these are really great because you'll find you will very rarely need to change your blade, unlike again many of the traditional trimmers where you'll be changing them every 6 weeks, and that can get quite costly. So I'm going to pop this straight cut trimmer into the housing unit, line up the mark here with the arrow, click it in place and turn it. So that straight cut blade is now ready to cut. Now, when you get your trimmer, you'll notice that it has these plastic little bars, and you just leave those permanently in your trimmer. And as you use your trimmer and as you're cutting, you'll find that, over time you'll start to get maybe paper that's not cut as clean. And what that will mean is that you'll just need to flip your bar over and then start using the other side. Once that second side is used, you'll need to go out and buy some more of these strips. They are very inexpensive, and of course that will then give you a clean cut. So cutting with your paper trimmer is very easy and straightforward. So just taking a piece of paper here, I want to maybe cut a small 3-inch piece. So I'm going to click up my little spring here. You can hear that clicking up. While I'm on this spring, do look after it, because if you're going to crops or to card making classes or whatever, a lot of people will just shove this in their bag, and if you actually knock this off by accident, it is pretty hard to knock off, but I have known people to do it, it will mean that you won't be able to lock it in and you won't necessarily be able to get a precision cut. So I always recommend to my girls, pop it in your bag that way, so you're looking after this little spring here. So to cut, what you need to do is to place it in your trimmer, and I'm just going to cut a 3-inch piece here. I'm going to line it up with the 3-inch mark, and I'm going to push it up against these wonderful deep ledges. So I'm pushing it up there, and I'm casting my eye down that 3-inch piece, and that's all ready to go. I'm now going to take my thumb, pop that on the thumb rest, press down with the trimmer, and then cut. Get in the habit of moving away the right-hand paper first, because if you happen not to put enough pressure on, you can then do a second pass without moving your key piece of paper. So now looking at that, I can see that's nicely lined up, and that is a beautiful 3-inch piece of paper. Now, to cut one of those smaller pieces, like 1/4 inch, all you need to do is you need to line it up on this side. Again, always lining it or pushing it up against that edge, and then we'll just cut a small little 1/4 inch piece. It is important to line up with these great ledges. If I was to just put this under here and try and do a 2-inch cut, what I probably find is that the paper has moved. And if you can see here, one end is narrow, one end is thicker. It's because the paper has moved. So always remember, up against the ledge to get a straight, accurate cut. Now, just to show you one of those lovely fancy blades, the scallop blade, popping that in here. This is one of my favorite ones, and I use this so much. I'm just going to pop this in here, and I'm going to do a nice cut. Now, on this piece here, I've got great waves or reverse scallops, And on this piece here, you can see I have this lovely scallop border which can be used for so many beautiful, beautiful things. So that really is a little bit about the Kaisercraft trimmer. I hope you've enjoyed it. The next video that follows this one, I'll be showing you how to do some more precision cutting and precision scoring with your Kaisercraft trimmer. Hope you'll watch that. Bye for now.